So today, obviously, we're doing things just a skosh different. Hell, I ain't done anything in a while. But I had somebody that wanted a tarot reading, and they are quite far from me. And so I'm not able to get there, and they don't have a tarot deck, and they're broke. So, Holly is who this tarot reading is for. So, I thought of a bunch of different ways to do it, and I fiddled with this light for about 20 minutes. No joke. Because, like, if I just slightly, like, I didn't even move it, I just tilted it. Like, that much. And, it's not like I'm doing good to center myself in the frame, right? So, but I figured we're gonna get there pretty quickly, I think. I don't usually do them like this. But something about, I don't know, we're doing this one. Got the universe. I checked to see if I should do it. Just double check. Remember, if you're a tarot reader, don't ever ask a question unless you're willing to live with the answer, because it's been my experience, if you ask questions and then don't listen, nothing likes that. Alright. So, this is the reason that I don't like doing it myself, is because I'm never quite sure how to tune the energy. Because I'm doing this read completely blind. I don't even know what the problem is, or nothing. So I'm going to shuffle them up till they're right, which they are. The Aeon card. So, we'll go with this. And then I'm going to cut with my offhand, because the offhand is where our potential is, and since I'm not trying to command the universe, I'm trying to ask it, we're going with that. I'm going to just sit here with it in front of me, and I'm going to do the thing, and then I'm going to cut some B-roll into it, so I'll show you what I'm talking about, but I'm not going to film it that way. Alright. So, alright. So, this card represents where you're currently at. And luxury it's an emotional card, just like the rest of the cups. And it is a state of being withdrawn. So as you come down the suit of cups, it goes love, which is an ideal thing. It's perfect love. It's like how God would love you. More like agape. Then there's abundance. So the idea is kind of like, that two people are in love and then they have a child. But then there gets to be four, and then there's a withdrawn. I didn't do it quite so much, don't worry. Also, I've called a lot of relationships cheating with the Three of Cups. So, because there's three people in that relationship, usually one of them doesn't know it. So yeah, I'm saying an emotional withdrawn here. And so that's your really big problem. Or where you're at. Your problem card is the moon. And it's reversed. They're too long? Okay. So, okay. Traditionally speaking, trumps can be looked at to be the progression, natural progression, or progression of what you're going through, right? So, that's the tower. You went through a life-shattering event, okay? And what's supposed to come after that is the star. And the star is inner guiding light, okay? So what's supposed to happen is that the tower blows up, and either the stones crush you, and you go back to 1, and God resets you, or you walk in tow with God, and all the rubble lands around you, okay? And it's that walking in step that's supposed to give you some of the I can trust me. You know, you can trust yourself because you've made it this far. Then we go to the moon. So after there's the guiding light, inner light, then there's the moon, which is secret and hidden things, and then the sun's on the other side, of course. So this is also the last great. This is the last obstacle, really, before the end of the deck. The rest are just mile markers, or milestones, or that's a bad way to say it, because they're really important. But this one's really sucks because this is the one where no one's gonna help you, no one's going to walk this path with you. Okay, you have to. Okay, it is the course because that's the thing that proves you know what you're doing. Okay. So quick progression of the trump scene goes from 15, which is the devil, where the devil shows you the finer things in life, and he tempts you with them, so that you're motivated to go after them, but not so all-consumed, you know? Have a little control over your demons, please. If you could try, that would be great. So, but essentially you conquer that, right? So you are in control of your demons, so to speak, or maybe literally. So it's funny. This card represents the most recent past. This is physical world failure. So yeah, it was your home. It was everything. Whenever the fucking shit blew up around you, it took it all. It was a bomb. It was Job. There's the tower again. Alright? So, that tower hurt. Okay. I don't normally pull like this. You're not sitting in front of me. So I had to start something. So, pulling this tower over and over like that. So, whenever I asked, is this, God testing you? Fuck, is this me? God damn it. This is my spread. Should I keep going? Alright, if this doesn't do it for you, because I realize now that I'm reading me, so, how I figured it out is, if you read any kind of normal tarot literature, you go through the cycle twice, okay? So, like, the first trump is, it is the Fool, but it's a 0. Nonetheless, whatever. The first one is the Magician. So on your first time through, he's standing in front of his table full of magical objects, and in the second, you don't take anything. You know they're there. Then the second time through, you pick up your magical items, and you become the magician. The 2 is the Empress. No, it's the High Priestess. And she is the veil. And she shows you that there is a veil in the first time through. She doesn't show you what's behind it. She shows you that it exists. Okay, so that you know that there is hidden stuff. Man, I'm blown out. I don't know what to do about it. Sorry. I don't even know if you can hear me. Because I didn't set up my microphone either. He gonna be the last damn card in. Hold deck. My deck doesn't have a magician today. Anyway, so that's in a traditional book. All you're gonna find is that you go through them, and then you go through them twice. All right. What I have found is that on your third run, the challenge is that they come out of order. Okay. They don't have to run concurrent. They don't have to do shit anymore because you beat their trial course. And now you're fucked, as far as I can tell. Yeah. So, my distant past is fraught. What is this? I'm a 7. This is the 7 of discs. It is my wake. It's physical world failure. It's constant. And yeah, I'm a bit emotionally withdrawn. I'm a bit withdrawn from the world because there's too much hidden shit. Alright? And it's all out of my control. It's Trump. It's a bunch of hidden shit that's out of my control. And it doesn't seem to matter what I do. I can't escape or improve certain things. I don't know. I guess that's why I needed the reading. My recent past, that makes me laugh, is the Empress. Okay. And, that's 3. So, she gets you drunk in the story, because the next one's the, and she sleeps with you, probably. Because the next one's war. It's, the Emperor, and he enforces all the rules on you. And so, she is a mothering, but more akin to like a coddling than, you know, enforcement of rules or anything like that. And that's got, yeah, anybody that, yeah, there's a bit of that. Because I can see this in several people, but none more clearly than my buddy's mom, who has just been terrific for me. Highest praise. Yeah, Cody ain't gonna care if I say his name. So, my buddy Cody and his mom are phenomenal people. Cream of the crop. They might be better than me. Hard to say. I'm pretty damn good myself. Anyway, I needed this. I needed, to get some of that, because you're just getting the rules all the time. And my buddy Cody is, 5. He's the Hierophant, which is the next thing after that. That's the teacher. Okay? And being that that is his personality type. And it is hard. I'm not a good student because fuck you. It's kind of how I feel about that. If I needed to know that, God would tell me. So I'm kind of a bad student. Okay, and he likes to teach me a lot. But anyway, before that is the emperor, or the emperor, the fourth, and so he's going to enforce upon a rule system. Okay, well, fucking, this is just depressing now. Whatever. So, I'm assuming that I'm still talking to you two, so I'm just gonna do it from there, and then backtrack to me because it's easier. So, you were recently in the distant past. Your shit blew up, and then here recently, you got some mothering. You got some coddling, mothering. For you, I'm thinking it's a younger woman. Maybe a sister type. Cody's my brother. But, a thing that we should both remember is that the tarot will never tell you a problem you can't fix. So this can be fixed. It might seem like everything is out of your hands and that everything is unknowable, but this problem is beatable. Ordinarily, I'd say that these two over here caused the past, caused the present, you know. In this instance, I don't necessarily know that that's true. I kind of see it more like the present caused the past because you had to get here. And this was the only way to get you here. And it sucks. And that's why God is kind of mean. Sometimes it's easier just to remember that Satan is his staff. There's only one governing body. They're all in it together. So, it's not all out of our hand, but we had to get here. Take that. I know that what I'm supposed to, maybe not, hold off of that. So there was that. Now we're gonna come down here. I heard music. I get, for the perspective, or you got, the Knight of Discs, which is, it's usually, my experience with the court is that I'm going to list off several things here, and it's going to be all of them at the same time, with different amounts. So it's like a slider, and they've got 100% that they can use, and they're going to, you know, push and pull until they, you know, so I'm going to have certain pulled farther than you. This is Farmer. It's the Virgo. It is planting seeds and being prudent for the future. It is also he's the most dependent on help. He ain't doing nothing unless he's fucking prodded. Sorry, y'all. So, this is about setting projects. It is also I always thought of him as like an old, because he's not older though. Like, I don't feel like the post thought. One of the things that I am currently doing, one of my project, I can't, it's gonna be overexposed. Sorry. So one of the things that I'm doing is that I'm designing my own Oracle deck, because it's not tarot, because I pissed God off with that because I want to change it, and you can't do that. He's real serious about it. Can't change the tree of life. He's real serious about that. But I can, if it's an Oracle deck and I'm not changing the tree of life. It is still the same. Here's another model in which to look at the universe. It's separate. It's not any better. It's worse, for sure. But it eliminates a certain parts of the universe that I felt needed thousands of hours of my time. So, anyways, in my deck, I've got a 5th court. Because I went with 87 cards instead of the 78, because I needed to account for the new trumps, because mine runs off English instead of Hebrew. Anyway, check the link in the description below to order the damn deck, please. But anywho, that is a long way of saying, as Adam Savage would say. To get to that, I don't think that this is an older guy. I think that it's a guy about my age. Maybe a little older, but he's not older. Power on. I'm not old. But he's heavy. So your outlook at the world, so you've got somebody, and I don't think reversal matters in this case. I can't apply it in any meaningful, not the outlook, not the way I read, but because I kind of looks like Cody. Cody is not. That's not his card. It's kind of look like him. Anyway, so this is about your perspective. Should be. That's what it is. Your perspective should be planting seeds and starting new foundations. And you're not doing that. You're not doing that because there seems to be there's too many choices, too much in your way, too much out of your control. Do it anyway. It is what you have to do. You're gonna choose right because you always do. You've proven that to get here. I wish I had noticed it with me a little later. Anyway, might come back to that one. We'll see. Next is your environment. 6 of Swords, science. Logic, as it were. You're surrounded by it. The people that you're surrounded by are good thinkers. You can count on them to think through clearly with proper due diligence. They aren't headlonging into a thought, even if it might seem that way. And I'm going to say that you have 6 people around you that are good for you. I see 3 swords in mine, but maybe I've got 3 people that I'll... Can I count me? I don't think so. But, or maybe I need to, tap my environment for more information, because I'm leaving some on the table. Yeah, that's probably it. Right, because, I mean, conceivably, this is part of why I think that sometimes it's important to... My thought, and I'm disagreeing with myself as I think it. I can't do it with me. Go back to you. That was easier. Because I don't have all these biases. So I asked if you're leaving stuff out there. We're getting fire on gasoline. Yeah. Swiftness. Too much too fast. Okay. Even if you... Maybe you should also go back and rethink things through with them again. Yeah, just rehash it again. Maybe even then again. Because your problem card of not knowing and being in a position where basically you have to walk across the invisible bridge. And the reason that you're able to do that is because you know where the steps are. You've practiced on the bridge plenty, so now you're ready for the invisible bridge. That's part of it too, is that you need to, you might be taking this failure really hard. Because maybe even the people around you are telling you that you should have known better. And you thought you did too. And so maybe you took that harder than you should have. Because like I say, I do see this as being backward driven, not forwardly driven. Like, I don't see this as being cause or effect. I see this as more of, we got to get here, so we created a cause. So be a bit more kind to yourself. You didn't fail. You went through failure. There is a difference. If, because I leaned into my people hard. If you didn't, you gained something through that is going to aid in your science here. Okay, make sure that you, whatever the hell got you out of that failure, that's a valuable skill. Okay, whatever you did there, however you did that, that's important. Mine was people. I handled it like the 5. Or like my 7, because I've changed the 7 too. Buy the deck, find out how. But wait, there's more. All right, we'll move on. So, inner emotion is Princess of Wands. So your inner emotion is your passions and energy becoming reality slowly. And that's your emotion. That ain't bad. Because I see this is gonna sound fucking compliment that, whatever. I think that you have set your emotions down a path, and that's part of why where you're at is withdrawn, is that you can move. You have hierarchied. Okay, the elements go earth, or maybe I should earth, air, water, fire, spirit. Yeah, spirit off screen, as it were. But because we're just dealing with four. The fifth element changes things. Just as a for instance, in 4 elements, fire is creation. In 5, it is destruction. That's drastically different. So anyway, your inner emotion has gotten to the point where it's taking its cues from your fire aspect, which is good because you're supposed to listen to shit: fire, water, air, earth. You listen to your passions, your gut, then you listen to your heart, then your head, and if there's time, then the body can talk. There's never time. And if you ask the world, they're going to tell you the mind runs everything. Logic is king. No, always go with the gut. And you do. So I say that as far as your emotions, and really your fire for that matter, because it seems to be where it's supposed to be. And you've surrounded yourself with the science. So, of the 4 elements, the only thing I represent here is that damn failure that you went through in the earth. And that's why, down here in your perspective, it is time to plant a new foundation. We're going to come over here. This is coming influences. Coming influences is the universe. Okay, this is the last trump. It is crystallization. Things being set in place. Okay. Probably this is going to be different for us because I'm not a woman. Although I feel rather in touch with my feminine side. Actually. But I got victory whenever I checked. So, big part of the reason of your, and maybe it was your mother, now that I see that too. You're being set up to take patriarch, or matriarch, of your family. And I'm not for sure if it's a vacant spot yet, or if it will be in the near future. If it's in the future, either way, condolences. And I'm sorry for the burden. That's why this one was so important, is because this is kind of like on your imaginary bridge. You're learning a step. This one you're going to watch them take that step. And you're going to see how they matriarch the family. Okay, you're going to see how they coddle without it being a problem. Okay, because they're not necessarily gentle. They're not pulling their punches. But they are showing you how the thing gets done and how to do it. Thanks. How to do it the right way. So you should revisit that maybe. Definitely take your science there. Because I still say this to you too. Hey, Twin Flame, and this is what I needed to do it for. I think that's I'm not using that correctly. I'm sorry. Lexicon's off. we happen to match today. I'm sorry for all the shit you've been going through. So last year, this is where you're heading without making any changes. The Seven of Wands, this is standing up for what you believe in and fighting for it. It's Valor. That's a pretty card, isn't it? I like Valor. I'm a 7. Yeah, standing up for what you believe in is the thing to do, usually. Unless you got a real good reason that I can't. Because remember, this card trumps all logic by 2 elements. You know, if I hear all of my friends yelling at me that this is not the way of the world, right? That we're supposed to have logic thought. Alright, yeah, I hear them. And as much as I wanted, I can't necessarily endorse that. I can say that they're doing it right. They're giving you the best examples. Best possible outcome is this one, which is the Queen of Cups. Okay, if you're a Cancer. If you're a Cancer, then you just do you. Okay, you don't have to think about it. You don't have to try. You don't have to worry. You're good. You've got this. Okay? You cannot fail. It's impossible. It's just like you can't stop breathing. If you hold your breath too long, you'll pass out and start breathing again. Same thing. You can't fuck it up enough to matter. If you're not, like I'm not, I'm a Libra. This is the reflection card. I am the Prince of Cups. All the cups have armor. The Knight is... he's the fucking Pisces, the moody ass Pisces. Happy birthday to all of them. Happy birthday, Ryan. So, it's reflection. The Prince's armor is movement. I move emotions away. The Knight is just a sink. Okay, he just takes it. He gives it. It's just a lot of emotion. And he seems real moody, but he's not really like affected by it. Not really. He's got a fucking switch that he can just throw. I don't know. I don't get it, but it's cool. So the Queen of Cups is reflection. And I have counseled several of these. So if, in general, if you're in the room with a Cancer, or Queen of Cups specifically, whatever the mood is in the room, that's their mood. Okay, if you want to know how everybody in the room feels, ask them how they feel. Because they are the empaths. Like, they don't have to try to be empathic, they just are. And most of the time, they don't even know. Okay, and they think they're crazy. Because you come off kind of bipolar whenever you're just feeding off of every emotion around you. You're an emotional vampire. And it's not a problem. We all have our roles to play. So, but this is the best possible. I say that whenever one of them gets good at it, okay, there's like a reverse empath thing that you can do, where instead of feeling everybody else, you make everybody else feel you. And you dictate the mood in the room with yours. It's very cool. Okay, so I got, should you learn to, and I was kind of thinking about me when I asked, and so it, use the fucking answers. I I got the power. It's 4 of discs. This is limitations. Physical world limitations. The castle cannot defend itself. It needs the moat. This is not a weakness. This is a limitation. A weakness is something that can't be overcome. A limitation can be. Okay, it just needs the moat. And so, and knowing the difference is power. It's physical world power. So for me, it's that, you know, I'm not supposed to do that. I'm supposed to recognize my limitation and get the thing that I need. Anyone that knows me knows what I hope that she is. I'm a Prince of Cups. I'd love to have a Queen of Cups. And then I forget exactly what because of the thoughts. What exactly I got to get to art, which is 2 things being brought together. Because it was like, okay, I see that this is limitations. Am I supposed to? And then yeah, bring 2 things together. So how's that? Okay. I also see that, well, if we're just looking at it strictly from mirror standpoint, you know, we've got 2 mirrors here, pointed at each other. So we've got, because like if we look at it like the moon is on a thing and it's, you know, just a big ass mirror for the sun, because the moon doesn't make light, the sun does. So if, you know, you're standing on the invisible bridge and the moonlight comes across, if it just reflects off of you, there's now more light. Oh, this was fun for me. Okay, what I get, okay, in the Bible, there's 2 governing bodies, right? There's the sun and the moon. And I don't want to be either. I don't want to be next to either one of them because that spot sucks. But reflect the moon. It's best to drop that whole line of thinking. Let's go out of Christianity, yep. Alright, yeah. Nature. Okay. Okay. So if we look at Jesus as being choices or thoughts, like you're judged for what you think, not just what you do. At least in my thinking, Jesus is kind of highbrow. It's not earth magic. It's air, it's water. Ooh, I heard thunder. Oh, my bad. That'd be spirit. Sorry, guy. Sorry. That pissed him off. Oh no, he's got it all. Yeah, he's got it all. Alright. He hit the wall. Yeah, we're running. I ain't going there. Anyway, maybe you should consider reflecting the natural order of things rather than dogma. Okay? Instead of going at everything with this purely analytical system of thinking, maybe get a cat and plant a tree. It's a thought. That's bringing two things together. That's bringing three things together. Some little thunders there. Yeah. Maybe just the tree. Now I'm recording with a laptop. Because my camcorder died. And remember how I told you that I've been going through all the failure? Well, as it turns out, I don't actually have the cord to charge the damn thing. But, just like before, my kingdom isn't going to shit for want of a nail. Alright? We're going to produce something, even if it's fucking sideways. Alright? It's coming out. Because that's what we should do. Keep plugging along. It's supposed to mean something. Sure. I really do believe that. It's not just hope. Even when I can't not fathom how this comes together. There's the rain. So last thing I said was get a tree and it died. So I think you should get a tree. Because that did actually complete our reading. Sorry. I came back because I wasn't done. I wanted to recap at least. I wasn't done. So, and I'm not 100% sure how I could do those shots now, the B shots. There might not be any. I don't know. I'm on fire. It's okay. Ain't that a bitch? I got my camera, my phone. I'll just take it off my phone. Now I don't know if you can hear the rain. I don't know if you can hear me at all. If you can't, I'm still including this with me just sitting here pointing at you. So, without any more ado, let's do our recap. So where I see you at is a place of emotional withdrawal. I don't see that as a problem, because it's better than being bitter. It's better than being a lot of ways you could be, after what you've gone through. I'm proud of you. Self-serving as it is. And if your support staff or support services are people or anything like mine, proud of them too. Being there for each other and helping each other out is something people suck at. That's why we all agree that people suck. Fucking help each other out more. What the hell? Fucking people. We're all in this together. It's one system. So, you went through the failure, and then you... Alright, for you, if there was death recently especially, okay, if you went through, if the matriarch of your family died, then that was the two, showed you that there was the veil, and prepared you with the, so I would say you're at the front, not like me at the back end, but you're still experiencing this because of all of the uncertainty, and it is what it is. I mean, so I asked for you and I got limitations. I feel like I've already hit it, so I'm not going to hit it again. Know that you can get through it. I have faith in you. You got this. I mean, my wand is holly. So yeah, you'll be fine. Make plans. Alright? Even if it doesn't, you're never gonna have enough information to make the right choice. Just make a bad choice you can live with. Make a choice and move forward. And do that. You don't have to be right. You just have to be okay with being wrong. And you're gonna be wrong. Because you always are. Right? Like, that's life. Not all the way, usually. And it's good, just do stuff. This could be pushing you. Maybe you're estranged from if your mother just died, you're estranged from your father. And he's your perspective on this. Okay, you need him. Don't. Older brother, maybe. Lean on your people for their thoughts. Okay? You need some of their science. They've done the groundwork. You could attempt to run the types of stuff that they just live with, and you'll never be able to think about a thing as good as somebody who lives with it every day. You just won't. That. I caught myself on fire and my candle went out. And the rain got louder. Getting hairy. But luckily your emotion is to let your heart, or to let your gut run, the fire run. So that's good. No notes. Everything seems to check there. Don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. Okay? Do not chuck all of your experience out the window because of this failure that you went through. All of that's still valid. But you need to make a pivot. Okay? Or at least I know for me, how I read this for me, and I'm too close to this one to see it. I know this through and through. I don't know natural magic as well as to be an authority. I don't know rocks. I don't know trees. And I should. That's where I go next. Because I'm going to try to reflect the moon. Which in my weird fucking analogy is not what God means. For sure. He didn't expect me to go this way on it, but he never does. And that's the fun of our little game, is that he comes up with these intricate ways of prodding me to the river to drink. And I figure out new and exciting ways to get lost walking up the sky now. Like, he didn't see that coming. But sure, we'll deal. So, bank on what you know. Don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. But be reflective in every way that could mean. So the emotions and what people give you, you give back. Okay. So, part of a fun fact about my life is that I'm divorced. And in my opinion, one of the reasons of that is that I did just precisely this. Okay? Is that I was feeling neglected. Anyway, so I did that to them. Okay? It's a big mistake, because if only one person is putting forth emotional, if one of you is the emotional support and then you stop, it's done, it falls. Don't let that happen, okay? Because I drew the, when I asked about it, I got power again, because the deck is just, and it is what it is. There's a theme to today's reading. Today's reading is brought to you by the letter Power. The letter Power today. Magicians among you will get that. Be reflective, but don't be an idiot. Okay, you know how to not be an idiot because you've been an idiot. So reflective enough to shine the light so that they see the path without fucking anything up. And fucking shit up's easy. And doing shit right and with nuance, it's a bitch. Okay. Oh, and your coming influence is that things are going to crystallize. They're going to become the way that they're going to... in my life, just fun fact, I'm a 7, and so the tower is a 16. It's one of my helper cards. So, as a great big help to me, every 6 months or so, my life just blows the fuck up, and everything goes away, or pretty much, huge problems, always. And so, I don't want to read too much hope into things that are going to be, and it's inverted, which I read usually as to being, especially in this context, as, always in future. If it's inverted, I see that as a delayed thing. So the universe settling down, and this is the way it is going to happen, but it's going to happen later rather than sooner. But it is the coming influence. It's also kind of a jackass card. I once had somebody ask me, because it was back earlier in my days of tarot, and what can we do with this thing, right? And they asked me when they would die, and my deck told them at the end of the life with that card. And so, yeah, they might be killing me. We can only hope. But it'll be way later. It'll be at the end of my life. So, well, if you've stuck with us this far, thank you. Check that link in the description below for my tarot deck. I have put a lot of effort into it. It's not a tarot deck, it's an oracle. I'm not trying to piss El Shaddai off, because he's real serious. And it's kind of like the laws of the natural laws. It's not like man laws where you can break them and then somebody will come maybe enforce it. It's just you just can't. They're real serious about it. At any rate, like Red Green always says, remember, I'm pulling for you. We're all in this together. Remember, I'm pulling for you, because we're all in this together. Keep your stick on the ice. Bye. Love you. Take care. Be good to each other.